Good morning, welcome to Morning Expresso. I'm Charulata Biswas. You're watching Indian Express. Let's begin the day with a big story. With the daily count of new COVID cases touching 1.75 lakh on Sunday, the highest single-day tally in 226 days, PM Narendra Modi held a high-level review meeting with his cabinet colleagues and top officials and decided to convene a meeting of chief ministers to discuss state-specific scenarios, best practices, and the public health response. However, among key cities, the surge in Mumbai showed some signs of stabilizing with a slight dip in the cases for the second successive day. Here are the stories you'll find only in Indian Express. The Jammu Kashmir administration has significantly expanded its counter-terrorism operations beyond physical encounters ever since the erstwhile state was split into two union territories. A study of 4-year data reveals a renewed push in cracking down on terror networks, with over 1,900 persons being arrested on charges of providing logistical support to the militants. Read this exclusive report only in Indian Express. And in this edition of the Idea Exchange, IIT Kanpur professor and mathematician Manindra Agrawal talks about his prediction of the third wave, peaking in Mumbai and Delhi in mid-January, projecting 4 to 8 lakh cases a day in India, and why he thinks the Sutra model is more accurate than others. Let's have a look at the front page. A legal battle is brewing between Ashneer Grover, co-founder and managing director of fintech company Bharat Pay, and the Kotak Mahindra Group over financing of the IPO initial public offering of FSN E-Commerce Ventures, the parent company of Nykaa. Grover's law firm has sent a legal notice to Kotak Group accusing them of going back on its assurances that the shares of FSN would be allotted to him and his wife Madhuri, while the bank said it is pursuing appropriate legal action against the two for allegedly abusing a Kotak employee over phone. 6 months after registering FIRs against unknown persons for an app which posted pictures of Muslim women, caption deal of the day, the Delhi police arrested Omkareshwar Thakur, 25-year-old, a BCA graduate from Indore on Saturday. Police has said he admitted he was a member of a trad group, a group of individuals on social media targeting Dalits, Muslims and women on Twitter. Here are the must-reads. Though the BJP has so far projected the Samajwadi Party as its main rival in the assembly elections in the 58 seats of Western Uttar Pradesh that will vote in phase 1 of the polls on February 10th, the ruling party is likely to face a bigger challenge from the BSP, at least going by the Mayawati-led party's performance in the past elections in the region. In the 2017 elections, the BJP had swept the region too, winning 53 of the 58 seats. News coming in from Punjab, the two political outfits formed by farmer leaders to contest the forthcoming Punjab Assembly elections have initiated talks for entering a pre-poll alliance. The decision of both entities, Gurnab Singh Chaduni's Sanyukt Sangharsh Party and Balbir Singh Rajewal's Sanyukt Samaj Morcha exploring a poll pact, came as Rajewal categorically ruled out an alliance with Aam Aadmi Party. The Karnataka Congress has launched a 10-day foot march amid COVID curbs to push for the creation of the Mekedatu Reservoir, with South Karnataka being home to the Vokkaliga, one of the two dominant communities in the state that makes up 15% of the population. On the party's mind, however, is more than the project on the Kaveri that is meant to supply drinking water to Bengaluru and its surrounding regions in the southern part of the state. The crime branch of Kerala police had registered a new case against Malayalam actor Dileep after allegations that he had planned to kill the officers who had probed him over the sexual assault and abduction of an actress in 2017. Dileep is one of the accused in the sexual assault case being heard in a special court in Kochi. And despite the looming shadow of a third wave, a doubling of reported cases over the past 4 days and a weekend curfew, Delhi is about to host the India Open Super 500 tournament with the cream of Indian badminton PV Sindhu, Kidambi Srikanth and Lakshya Sen expected to compete at the IG Stadium. But India's biggest badminton tournament will not be fully covered by a biosecure bubble. Read the full report in Indian Express. In today's Delhi Confidential, as External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar was greeted by many on his birthday, two wishes stood out. First was Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who said Jaishankar has been making outstanding contributions to Indian foreign policy as an officer and now as a minister. And the second was from French Foreign Minister, and he said that Jaishankar and him, they spoke and on his birthday and they discussed their strategic priorities. And finally, in the latest episode of the Three Things podcast, Amitabh Sinha joins host Snigdha Sharma to discuss the third wave of COVID-19 in India, from the emerging trends to the progress we have made since the pandemic hit us 2 years ago. That's a wrap from my end. For more news and updates, subscribe to our channel, Indian Express. Thank you for watching.